Brexit Britain is on the path to another win after ministers backed a multi-billion-pound plan to build another large-scale nuclear power plant in Wales. 7. The facility should reduce pressure on electricity supplies and help the UK reach net zero carbon emissions by 2050. A target that Prime Minister Boris Johnson has set. The government has now entered into discussions with American nuclear reactor manufacturer Westinghouse about a proposal to develop a new plant in Anglesey, Wales. The plant would be joining a second nuclear plant at Hinkley Point, Somerset, which is already under construction, as well as a proposal for a new reactor at Sizewell, Suffolk. Once constructed, the plant will be capable of generating enough electricity to power over 6 million homes and may come into use in the mid-2030s. Ministers are said to be becoming increasingly worried that existing nuclear projects will not provide the power needed to meet Mr. Johnson's 10-point plan for a green industrial revolution after Brexit. Britain currently has 7 operating nuclear plants which provide around 17% of its electricity needs, but this is expected to drop by almost half by 2024. More plants are due to shut between then and 2030, which means that an even greater proportion of nuclear energy in the grid will fall. But the plans for Hinkley Point are due to see it come into action in 2027 and will also power about 6 million homes. Britain's climate advisors have said that nuclear replacement plants are an important step in decarbonising the UK's electricity system, which would need to be completely decarbonised 2035 to reach net zero by 2050, according to experts. Business Secretary Kwasi Kwartung is reportedly worried that the amount of nuclear power on the grid will not provide enough energy to allow gas power stations to be phased out by the 2030s, the current government target. The government has reportedly entered into exploratory talks with companies about the development of new nuclear sites, putting forward several potential proposals for using the Anglesey site. But Britain has struggled in recent years to follow through with some of its nuclear power plans. In 2018, Toshiba scrapped plans for a new nuclear station in Cumbria, failing to commit to funding the project. Hitachi then pulled out the following year, also refusing to finance a new plant in North Wales on the same site that the government is looking at again. Funding has proved to be a recurring issue for running power plants in the long term, costing over £20 billion to build, making them at high risk of delays, which puts off investors. Last year, the government drafted plans for large-scale projects, nuclear plants that would allow investors a return on their money before the plant comes into use.